Perfect. Hi, Reed. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Just thought I'd start while you were mid-sip.
Yeah, that's good.
How's your drink?
It's good.
What have you got there?
I've got a salted caramel latte from our coffee shop.
Perfect.
Well, not ours, but our local coffee shop.
Yep. The one that you would have your summer job at.
Yeah.
So I'm sipping on mine too here. Just a second.
I apologize to all of our listeners, especially those wearing headphones.
Yeah. You're donning your new headphones.
Yeah.
So you could pick that up pretty nicely.
Yeah, it was really good.
Good. I'm glad it's working. Okay, so it's here we are at the end of the year. Quick recap, our last recording was over the Thanksgiving break when you were here, and then you went back to school, and now you're back again.
Yep.
And we didn't do a recording while you were away, but...
Yeah, because it was finals stuff for both of us.
Right.
And
so
those times are apparently busy.
And we knew, well, there's always going to be another time for a podcast, but here we are in person, live without a net. What's new?
I'm currently recovering from surgery.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Today's my 2 weeks.
Yeah?
So,
how are you feeling?
I'm all right. I was able to walk to the coffee shop.
Yeah?
So that was good.
You look good.
Thanks. Yeah. Just kind of hanging out with the cats.
Yeah.
What's new with you?
We had to displace a cat from the chair you're seated in right now.
Yeah, because I'm still not allowed to lift stuff, and the cats weigh more than a gallon of milk, so I'm not allowed to pick them up.
Yeah. Quite a bit more than a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Actually, well, they're close. But at any rate, I moved the cat for you, and the cat is now safely occupying your bedroom, from which place we'll have to displace the cat again.
Yeah. She'll be okay.
Yeah.
She'll just complain a little bit.
Or a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had a good Christmas?
Yeah. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really nice. Since you've been recovering, then we didn't have to have too much fuss or anything. We just kind of closed ourselves up, which actually is kind of nice.
Yeah. And we also didn't get snow on Christmas, so we extra couldn't do anything on Christmas.
Yeah.
Because usually we go cross-country skiing or something.
Yeah.
But
all of my photo albums keep, on Facebook and photo app keeps reminding me of 2 years ago on this day, and it's like snowy and skiing or snowshoeing. But now we've got snow. Yeah. So you in your surgery recovery, and me with my bad hip, my old man injury, whatever I did.
Yeah.
So we just watched the snow.
Yeah. And then Anna's able to go and do all the skiing stuff, which is sad, but...
Well, it's good for her.
Okay. Yeah, it's good for her, but...
Yeah. Well, good. So, anything else to talk about, or should we dive right into it?
No, that's enough feelings.
Okay. It was barely a feeling.
It was not really feelings.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
So, yeah, we'll move on before we get into that.
Yep. So, we decided, since we've got a few things we want to review and multiple things we couldn't decide on whether or not we wanted to review.
Yeah.
That. And I think most importantly, we like the 10 questions format.
Yeah.
We thought we'd just jump into the 10 questions format again.
Yeah. And we're thinking about doing them more often.
Yeah.
So
I could see it being every other episode is a review episode and a 10 questions episode alternating.
Yeah. So listeners, if you like that, or actually if you hate that, you can email us.
Yeah. It'd be hate mail is welcome.
Well, I think if you do like it, then we don't need to, then that's just going to happen.
Right.
And if you hate it, then let us know.
But it wouldn't be such a bad thing if someone said, hey, I really like that idea. Then we could
Yeah, that's also good.
move forward into the darkness knowing that our footing is sure.
Yeah. Is it darkness?
I don't know. Into the mist, the fog,
Yeah.
the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was just realizing, looking into this microphone,
Uh-huh.
we are seated across the room from each other with microphones set up. And since we only have one microphone here at the house, the one that you're using,
Mm-hmm.
I again had to borrow the Diva mic, as we call it, from the band.
Ah.
So thanks to our sponsors, Standards and Substandards, for all your jazz adjacent needs.
Yeah. Check them out at substandards.band.
Very good. Okay, that was seamless. We didn't
Yeah.
even rehearse that.
They're not even our sponsors.
No.
We just
Well,
take
I
their mic sometimes.
Yeah, I took a mic and a mic cable.
Yeah.
So,
It's not really a sponsor, though. You're just borrowing it.
okay. Well, fine, but it's as close to a sponsor as we've got.
Yeah.
Besides the coffee shop that you paid good money to get your coffee from.
Actually, Anna paid for it. So.
Oh, well. So thanks to our sponsor, Anna, for all of our coffee adjacent needs.
Yeah.
All right. So on to the questions. Who wants to go first?
I don't remember who went first.
I think
last
I went first last time because it was such an insightful question. We had to start with that one.
Okay. Do you want me to start this time, though?
Yeah.
then? Okay.
So
Okay.
people are deciding whether or not to keep listening at this point.
Yeah. Okay. If you could change one detail in Star Wars, what would it be? And it can't be Jar Jar Binks.
Okay. So the thing that bothers me the most about it, but I don't know if it's a good idea to change it because you'd have to, like, a lot of things would domino from there,
That's fine.
is that every time they go to a planet, it's like, oh, let's go to the Dagobah system.
Uh-huh.
And they just land on the planet. And then they're like, oh, here's Yoda 100 yards from where we landed. Like, that's an entire planet.
Yeah.
And yet, every time they land, they're like, oh, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as if the planet was like the singular place.
Yeah.
So there's some... I mean, if you change that, then it would be like an
It'd be
awful movie.
longer.
Like, oh, well, where's Yoda? I don't know. It could be anywhere on this damn planet. And
Yeah.
they'd be walking around. But that's the thing that bugs me the most about, well, that's the thing that first comes to mind. There's other science fiction stuff like sound in space.
Yeah.
And the dialogue, okay, the dialogue is awful. But, and we
It's
could,
classic.
yeah, it fits a certain genre that you just have to embrace.
Yeah. Well, like in last night, we were watching Phantom Menace.
Yeah, episode 1.
Yeah, which you have said is your least favorite.
I liked it more than I remembered it when we watched it last night.
It made more. I realized I hadn't watched it in a long time, and I got more of like the political stuff. Like when I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I got any of like the when they're like, oh, we have to get this committee stuff or talk to the Senate. It was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, like last night, like Darth Maul lands on Tatooine and he sends out like one little scope droid thing, little probe, and it comes back in like, I don't know, a little bit. It's
Yep.
like, he's just like, okay,
I'll just follow
I'm here.
that thing.
Yeah.
And the whole traveling around. Yeah, I think the travel stuff is fraught with some issues. But the movie just wouldn't work if you had those issues.
Yeah.
So I'll suspend that, but it always bugs me.
Yeah.
Okay. My question?
Yeah.
What's the best character in It's a Wonderful Life?
Best character. Like, the objectively, like...
I left it open because I think I've been thinking about this more lately, and we watched it on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And I do not get tired of that movie, even though I was unconvinced of watching the movie when I first watched it, which was as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's a family favorite.
Yeah.
And every time I think, oh, that character is underappreciated. And it's a
Yeah.
different character.
I don't know. They're all so good. Mr. Potter. No.
It's a great character. It's like
He's a horrible person.
fantastic villain.
Yeah. But no, he's not a good character. Every time I always like Zuzu,
Yeah.
just because Zuzu and Tommy, because they're like the kids. But I think that's just because they're cute and charming.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like young George a lot.
Oh yeah.
I find myself quoting him the most. Like a lot of my friends don't like coconut. And so I'll say, you don't like coconut? Say, brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from?
Yeah.
So that's always a good one.
Yeah. That's a good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looky here. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Like, no one remembers the kid character of George because adult George is Jimmy Stewart, which everyone is. It's just so iconic. So that's good to remember. That kid is really good.
Yeah. And then he helps Mr. Gower, who's also a good character.
Yeah. And he saves his brother from drowning in the ice.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your question.
My turn. What is the most useless object ever invented?
I have this feeling of what the answer is, but I can't place what it actually is. I'm picturing some tool that's meant to do something, and then you always like end up like just putting the tool down and tearing the thing off with your teeth or something, but I can't place what this thing must be. Did you have something in mind when you wrote that?
No.
Oh.
But your description makes me think of, you know, how, I don't know if they still do this, but like Lego, in the later years that I was getting lots of Lego sets, they introduced this orange thing, which was meant to pull off the Legos for you, but everyone just bites them off anyway.
Yeah. Things like that. Just drive me like a tool that was made like, oh, we'll 3D laser print or 3D print this thing to make everything easier. There's lots of things like, well, you don't see made for TV infomercials anymore.
Those things are hilarious.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I can't place what it would be. Like something that is meant to like pull a thing out, and when you could just grab it with your hands.
Yeah.
And take it out. Yeah, I will spontaneously just say something in the middle of this podcast when I think of a better answer.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Favorite color?
Green.
Okay, great. Your question.
What's your favorite thing that I have introduced you to? Or least favorite, if that's easier.
No, that would be way harder. I would say either. Ooh, no. Okay. I have at least 3 answers.
Okay.
Okay, so answer 1 was the issue of idling in our local municipality and how that should be outlawed.
Yeah.
Okay. Issue or thing 2 is the LGBTQ community and advocacy for such.
Yeah.
And general.
That might have been Anna too, though.
Sure. Yeah, both of you. Like I said the other day, like I learned more from the 2 of you than from anyone else.
Yeah.
So there was that, and just like gender identity and sexuality and issues around self
Yeah.
in general, and pronouns. Like you guys were the first people to introduce me to pronouns.
Yeah.
As an identifying characteristic that was new to me, and then also like Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Those are all up there.
I thought you introduced me to Marvel because I remember us watching the first Avengers together.
Yes, but I wasn't really in a place of thinking about the Marvel universe as a thing, and so you kind of brought that into perspective.
Yeah.
And we recently watched Hawkeye, which I'm going to say is, I think, my favorite of the franchise.
Oh wow. Yeah, it was. I didn't really know what
hard-pressed.
to expect from it, but it was really good.
I now kind of think all Marvel stories should be in that kind of miniseries format. Well, maybe not all, but I think that's better than some of the movies.
Yeah, I like that a lot right now, like with pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
But I do miss going to like theaters and stuff.
Yeah.
And just having a bunch of nerds scream at a screen.
Yeah, that group thing, yes, but otherwise I don't need to go to a theater ever again.
Yeah.
Okay. Worst job you can imagine?
Porta potty cleaner.
That's pretty bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like airplane bathroom emptier. I don't know.
I think a lot of those things could be mechanized, so it wouldn't be quite as bad as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
But certainly, it evokes a certain image that is awful.
Yeah, like that part in Slumdog Millionaire
Oh, yeah.
where he gets locked in the bathroom
and
thing
falls
and
in.
he jumps in the thing so he can go meet his idol.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is it me?
Yep.
Are we on 4?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were TikTok famous, what would you make your TikToks about?
Oh, my God. Okay, I can't understand, and I don't think I ever want to understand, and I do not want to be a part of TikTok.
Okay.
But I'd probably...
That's not the question.
But I'd probably make... But I think what I'm missing out on is I could do little, like, science phenomena that people should pay attention to.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, education stuff on TikToks.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
Like, look at this cool thing.
Yeah. I started a hashtag that was hashtag random act of science, and I would put it on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And there's close to triple digit
Wow.
images out there with that hashtag. So a random act of science, that would be my TikTok.
Yeah. Okay, all 7 listeners, do your random act of science.
Yeah, hashtag random act of science, but now I don't want people to steal that TikTok channel.
Well, you better jump on it
I
then.
guess so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay. Technology that doesn't exist but you wish it did.
The like screens that you can like manipulate, like, you know, Tony Stark's.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yeah, like the way that he can like look at stuff and like expand it and like pick it up and play with it.
Yeah.
I want that.
Like a holographic, interactive, manipulatable
Like
screen technology.
computer thing that
Yeah.
you can. Yeah.
Yeah. How hard could it be, really?
No. I mean, they do it in Tony Stark has it, so
Yeah. It would be easier than the suit that he wears.
yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Your question.
What's your favorite thing to rant about?
French tuck.
Really?
French tuck is the stupidest fashion thing ever, and I do not understand the French tuck. I love
Tan France.
What's that?
Tan France.
Tan France. I love him very much.
Yeah.
You introduced me to him. You and Mom introduced me to him. And I think he's a genuinely nice guy, and he's helpful to people, and I have a new appreciation for like what fashion can do for people. But the French tuck is objectively the stupidest thing ever that you can do for your dressing needs. Like either tuck it or don't do this half tucked thing.
It's not half tucked, it's just a little bit tucked.
It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. There. How's that for a rant?
Good. I thought you were going to say scooters.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a good one. But the French tuck came to mind immediately.
I didn't realize you were passionate about that.
I just think it's so stupid. Like, of all the things to promote, like, don't... just tuck your shirt in all the way.
Well, I think they do it because it's, like, casual, and it's just like...
It looks dumb. Sure, if dumb is another name for casual, or casual is another name for dumb, then fine.
Well, and, like, straight guys can do it really easily, so...
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. It's like the stereotype that, like, gay guys can have nice fashion and put time into it, and straight guys don't want to put time into it. So then,
I see.
Here's the alternative.
It's a low-hanging fruit for your fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're here because you guys don't pay attention, don't do anything for yourself, and here's the simplest fashion thing that you can do in literally 5 seconds.
It makes it doubly stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Zoos. Fun childhood excursion and educational opportunity that saves species, or incarceration and torture of animals.
Depends on the zoo.
Okay.
Like, it depends on the mission of the zoo. Like when we went to the San Diego Zoo, like...
Yeah. And the wild animal park.
And the wild animal park. Like, they have, like, the mission stated of, like, rehabilitation and, like, education, and then, like, helping animals rather than just capturing them and putting them in cages. But then, like, we went back to the zoo closest to us, which isn't that close, for a, like, environmental conference thing.
Oh, yeah.
With my high school club.
Yeah.
And, like, we walked around the zoo at the end of that, and it was very eye-opening to me that it was, like, not actually a good zoo.
Yeah.
And, like, all of the animals just seemed very sad. So I think it depends on the situation.
I think you're right, but it's not a very interesting answer in that you didn't, like, take a bold stand.
Yeah, I think
like
in
I
general...
did with the French tuck.
In general, I don't like zoos.
Okay. But there are some good...
But there are some good ones. So I'm not going to say all zoos are bad.
Okay.
Because I do like looking at animals and learning about them.
Sure.
Saying, like, aw, pretty kitty cat.
Yeah.
Who is big and could probably kill me.
Yep. And would if it could only get out of its cage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But, like, yeah, so, like, we went to San Diego, like, the tiger enclosure was big and, like, had lots of, like, you couldn't see the tiger for a lot of the stuff, and it was all, like, spaces that the tiger could be happy in. Whereas, like, the Hogle Zoo, it was, like, I mean, the zoo near us that will remain unnamed, like, it was just like a box with glass and stuff for each animal, and that's sad.
So a box with glass is kind of how they make school classrooms. So
yeah, but they give those kids outside time.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
3 times a day, though. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
Pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy school you got there. All right, your turn.
How long did you believe in Santa?
I was probably. I remember a kid named Josh in second grade was telling us all that Santa wasn't real, and of course, we all knew that he was an idiot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But he did make some good points. And I think probably third grade, I was coming around, and by fourth grade, I knew for sure. But it was one of those things that you kind of knew, but you didn't say as much.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of knew third grade, but kept it to myself.
When you don't want to believe it for a little bit, like you.
Right. You don't want to admit the truth or break that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like you don't want to believe that when Luke lands on Dagobah that he couldn't find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was pretty typical.
Yeah.
Okay. Equally good question. What's the most underrated pizza topping?
I don't know.
Or pizza style. Like pizza. Ecosystem, I don't know. Pizza combination.
Yeah. Well, I usually get like a margarita kind of thing. So, I don't know. I think as long as you've got a good amount of cheese on a pizza, you'll do fine with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I am also a controversial person, and I believe that pineapple is good on pizza.
Yeah.
And like any fruits. Well, not any fruits, but I've had grapes on pizza, and that was good too.
Grapes with like a salty bacon or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Excellent. Or maybe caramelized onions or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there should be any rules about what you can or can't have.
Yeah. Unless you're like in Italy and they're like authentic and then they give you like ice cream pizza. That might be a little weird. But
when in Rome,
eat
their pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Pizza's good, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
What would you do if you were abducted by aliens?
Oh, we were just talking about this was an actual
in the paper.
Story in our
Newspaper.
Quote newspaper.
It like got its whole separate section and stuff.
They didn't even say allegedly abducted. Just here's this woman who wrote a book about her abduction by aliens.
Wrote like 2 books.
Yeah, and is working on a third. Okay. Speaking of rants. What would I do?
Yeah, like either like to get out of it or like to make friends with them or like afterwards to prove it was real or like
I think if I had my wits about me, I would want to like interview them.
Yeah. We should have them on the podcast.
We should call up that woman in the newspaper article.
Ooh, yeah.
Can you hook us up with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next podcast episode. Yeah. Forget. We've had other ideas about guests. Forget. Scratch them all. We'll have aliens.
Yeah.
Okay. What's better, spring or fall?
Fall.
Yeah, your eyes are kind of shifting, and you have this long pause, like you're not sure.
Well, yeah. I like spring, but I think overall I like fall better. 'Cause like I like the leaves changing, and I like it. I like the shift from warm to cold better than I like from cold to warm.
Yeah, which seems like it. I totally agree, but it sounds backwards.
Yeah.
Like spring is life again and the thaw and longer days, but it really is like just a mess of mud and unsettled weather and
yeah, and it's squishy.
Yeah.
But it is pretty. Like the birds are all coming back and it's getting greener and new bees and stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fall.
But fall's good.
Yep.
I think the air smells better in fall.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're not sneezing as much.
Right, which could be obnoxious. Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about debates like hot dog is a sandwich and cereal is a soup?
Like the act of those debates?
Well, just like the existence of them.
I don't really. There are better things to talk about.
Yeah.
Like spring versus fall and your favorite rant.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about the labels quite so much.
Yeah.
Like who cares?
Mm-hmm. What about the is water wet one?
I find the things where people try to define stuff exactly as pretty unsatisfying.
Yeah.
And that's how I teach my classes. So I like when people say, "Oh, this is because of the endoplasmic reticulum." I'm like, "You don't know what you're talking about. Like, you just said some words." Like I just said endoplasmic reticulum because it's the only thing I remember from 7th grade science. Like it's
what
just
about the mitochondria?
Yeah, they say that and then they don't know what they're actually saying.
Yeah.
And we obscure a lot of understanding by just giving them names.
Yeah.
And they should have names, but people use that to then make it sound like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. My friends and I play a game called Sandwich or Salad. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I think it's that. But basically, you say a food, and then you just define it if it's a salad or a sandwich, either way, without thinking about it, and then it's fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun game.
Yeah.
So it's not a debate. It's
not a debate. It's just like
just
interesting how you qualify stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No need to debate over it. Just make it a quick mind puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it gets funny because then half of us will disagree. And it's like, what do you mean? Of course ice cream is a salad.
Oh. Because you put it in a bowl and you mix it with lots of different things and put toppings on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be blind or deaf? I mean, both are admittedly not ideal.
Yeah. I think I'd rather be blind. I think. 'Cause, like, I don't know. Everything would be hard either way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I didn't grow up with it. But, like, couldn't do my podcast very easily if I was deaf.
I think probably there are more people who would say they would the opposite of you, but I think I agree with you that there are lots of things like music and listening to things, and that would just be hard to do. And yeah, but neither would be ideal.
Yeah, I think just like the whole music debate, like I'd rather keep that.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
I'm not a fan of conspiracy theories in general.
Yeah. But if you had to choose. Or like the most ridiculous one or something.
I have to admire the Flat Earth Society in how ridiculous that can be in light of all evidence against it, and yet they stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've also heard, and I need to read up on this. I've just seen the headline and someone else was telling me about it, about some guy who's going around on this mission to spread a conspiracy theory that he knows is false, but just to show how it spreads.
Oh.
Of, I think it's birds are not real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of that one?
Yeah, and it's like saying that all the birds in the United States are replaced by the government and are spies on us.
Yeah, something like that. And then I think people actually start to follow it and actually believe it, and then he's going to reveal that this is all a hoax in case you couldn't figure it out by now, and then see what happens. So I think it's both brilliant and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, but I think even if he reveals, like, if people reveal it, like if the person who came up with the flat earth thing was like, haha, it's a joke, then enough people would still be like, yeah, okay, but it's real now.
Right. Or of course that's what you would say. They must have gotten a hold of you.
Yeah.
Or just
the birds got you.
Yeah. Or the government got you. Or that kid Josh in second grade telling us that Santa didn't exist. Well,
yeah.
Of course, we all knew he was bad news, so we weren't.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, flat earthers, they've got a good gig going there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Okay. What political office would you want to hold if you had to be in office? Good face. Didn't carry over the audio.
I don't feel like I know enough about politics to answer.
Well, what level of government do you think you could have impact on?
I like the more localized levels of government. I don't know. I think like a council or something like that be interesting, because then it's like more, there's less people telling you how they want you to think, and so you're not juggling as much of that political stuff, like political opinion, and just, I don't know though.
Just addressing specific needs rather than global ones?
Yeah, but like working on small problems to fix big problems.
Yeah.
Because I think like the president's got a hard gig because
you don't say.
Yeah, well, they're trying to make everybody in the United States happy.
Right.
But you're going to make, no matter what decision you make, even if it's to make no decision, you're going to make some people unhappy with that.
Yep.
And that sounds hard.
Yep. Yeah. So you just deal with the local crazies instead of...
Actually, I changed my answer. Okay. I would like to be a Supreme Court justice.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Either state level or national level.
Which is not...
it's not political office, but it's still part of the political system.
Right. Although we do elect judges...
We elect them for state level.
Yeah. But then they... Yeah. Okay. I'll look forward to that.
Okay.
It's a good idea. You're saying you're going to work on your resume, so...
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah, work on it for judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this your last question?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to be when you grow up? One day.
Well, that's well phrased, since, I'm still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I've got one of the best jobs I can imagine getting to teach. And at the same time, I've realized that I can keep doing new things. Like, there's the band recently, and then I learned to run 10 years ago. Like, you can keep doing new things.
Yeah.
So, and okay, so definitely teaching and working with teachers, that's a passion. I would really like to keep doing music for as long as I possibly could. And now I realize I would really, before I was getting into that again, I didn't realize how much I would miss it, but now I realize I would really miss it.
Yeah.
If that was taken away from me somehow.
Yeah.
So I want to keep doing that. And stuff like camping and taking the camper out with Mom, and you guys can come too, but like that just the two of us with the dog, and backpacking in general. And backpacking, like if I had a midlife crisis and was just going to be away, like I'd be on a trail crew or something.
Yeah.
Just packing out and then working on a trail and sleeping in the mountains and then getting my pick and going back on the trail the next day.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But I bet there's other things I haven't thought of.
Yeah.
I'd really like to write more. But I've said that for a long time.
Yeah.
So
We
I'll keep
just do
working on
all
it.
the things and then you just write about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've run into a problem. It's like you can't do all the things and all the writing. Also, I need to be more focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Just don't sleep and then you can do everything.
yeah. Yeah. No, I think we learned that you can only do so many things, and so embrace the things you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to do when I grow up.
That sounds good.
Okay. Grand finale?
Yeah.
Yeah. The last question. What's more annoying, uncontrollable sneezing or uncontrollable snoring?
For me to be next
Like
to?
if you were like to live with someone with that said condition.
Uncontrollable snoring. Because a person sneezing can leave the room.
Yeah, I guess so.
They know what's happening and they can fix it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can fix snoring, at least in the moment.
Right. You just roll over. You'd have to be pushed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When I was a couple days out of surgery, so like my hard drugs had worn off, so I wasn't sleeping as instantly, and it was harder to sleep because I'm like pretty upright when I sleep. I wasn't sleeping well, and Anna is in the bunk bed above me, and she was snoring and doing a little dance all night, and I couldn't make her stop because I couldn't move.
Oh, right.
So I couldn't like kick her or something.
Right.
Or
Oh, that's kind of a nightmare.
yeah.
I'm glad she wasn't sneezing too.
Yeah. She didn't have a cough.
Oh,
But-
that's right. But for the record, she's been really great to have.
Yeah.
And she's been.
Yeah,
she
I
took
won't
care of you.
I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
But
But that does sound.
it was just a little annoying.
quite a hassle to have
Yeah.
the restless legs and snoring, and you could do nothing
In a
about it.
bed attached to yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's an excellent question to land on. Any other final words?
No.
Okay, it's good talking to you.
Good to talk to you too.
I think we'll do a review next time, maybe, and 10 questions another time,
Yeah.
and a review another time, and 10 questions another time after that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Do we have any mail or anything we need to look at?
No, the mailbag, hate mail and fan mail have both been empty.
Oh.
You know.
Yep.
And no other news
Yeah.
on the podcast front to report. So
Yeah. If any listeners have a recommendation for reviews, let us know, because sometimes we have a hard time deciding.
We've got a few on the list, though.
Yeah.
Okay. But we'll consider and or mock the recommendations we get.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good talking to you, Reed. Keep your feelings inside.
Thanks, you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.